Right. Hopefully you guys can hear us. Right. Hello and welcome to the stream, guys. I'm here with Zachy Dak and we're your hosts for tonight.
Hello.
And today we're going to be talking about some pretty cool topics. So first up, we've got news on Facebook. So Facebook is apparently going to be building a brain-computer interface for typing and skin hearing. So seems a bit scary, but before we cover that topic, let's roll the intro. Alright, I think that worked, so I pray. Alright, I'm just waiting for Zachy Dak to check. Is it working? Alright, we've got a confirmation. It is working. Rightio, guys. So, first topic of the night is Facebook is building a brain-computer interface for typing and skin hearing. Now, when I first saw this, I'm like, shit. Fucking Skynet, mate. What were you thinking, Zachy Dak?
Well, I was thinking that would be pretty cool for a brain-computer interface, like for typing and skin hearing.
Yeah, well,
I just realized my mic wasn't on. Sorry.
alright, just repeat what you said then.
I think it's cool that Facebook's doing something for typing and skin hearing.
Oh, yep. Alright, just looking in the chat here, putting simulations is being a bit of an idiot here. So, God help him. But, he's sitting back here trying to enjoy the stream with us. But, he's obviously not, enjoying it, is he? So, anyway, moving on to our topic again. Today at F8, Facebook revealed it has a team of 60 engineers working on building a brain-computer interface that will let you type with just your mind without invasive implants. The team plan to use optical imaging to scan your brain 100 times per second to detect you speaking silently in your head and translate it into text. Now, that is really scary because you could be thinking, this guy's a cunt. And then, I know we were meant to try and keep this PG, but whatever. But yeah, basically you could be thinking that, and then it could just post it on Facebook and ruin your life. And yeah, I don't really think that's very appealing because that could be your boss or something like that, you know? So, yeah. What do you think, Zach?
Sorry, I'm half watching the chat and half listening. My bad.
Alright. So what do you think about this? Because you could be thinking about telling your boss to go fuck himself, and he might already know about it if this comes out.
Truth hurts, but it is the truth. But if you don't want that sort of shit to happen, just don't let it.
Yeah. So all this technology sounds like sci-fi stuff you'd see in the movies and all that. So, it's kind of something you like, oh, nah, it's not going to happen. But I reckon, it's going to happen sooner or later with the way technology is going these days. But anyway, the head of Facebook R&D division, Building 8, explains to conference attendees that the goal is to event can't fucking read for shit. Anyway, I eventually allow people to type at 100 words per minute, 5 times faster than typing on a phone with just your mind. So yeah, basically they're announcing this to everyone so they can get some feedback before they continue on the idea. Now it looks like they've chucked quite a bit of money into this already, and 60 engineers working on this one thing. That's quite a few people working on this
for something that looks that small.
Yeah, so it looks like a pretty small gadget, and honestly it looks like a VR controller to me, but yeah, it could be pretty cool, or it could be the start of Skynet. So eventually brain-computer interfaces could let people control augmented reality and virtual reality experiences with their minds instead of on-screen, or instead of a screen or controller. Facebook's CEO and CTO teased these details of this direct brain interface technology over the last 2 days at F8. So this is basically a keyboard controlled by your brain. So I was more thinking when we were starting this topic that it's more of a sort of thing where it will actually in detail sort of picture your thoughts, but obviously you can see here that it's really just a keyboard controlled by your brain. So anyway, pretty interesting topic. But then there's skin hearing. Meanwhile, Building 8 is working on a way for humans to hear through their skin. It's been building prototypes of hardware and software that let your skin mimic, I don't even fucking know what that says, in your ear, that translates sound into specific frequencies for your brain. This technology could let deaf people essentially hear by bypassing their ears. A team of Facebook engineers was shown experimenting with hearing through skin using a system of actuators to 16 frequency bands. A test subject was able to develop a vocabulary of 9 words. They could hear through their skin. So I don't know, I don't think I can actually believe that, because that's just something which has never been heard of. What do you think, Zach?
Sorry, again, focusing on chat because some shit. But on the skin reading.
Don't worry about the chat. Fuck the chat. If they want to have a little bitch fight in the chat, it's their problem.
Fair enough.
Doesn't need to ruin the show.
So what was the question?
So basically, do you think this is a bit hard to believe when it comes to being able to hear through your skin instead of your ears? So basically, what I've been reading here is that they've made it so it mimics your ears, how they send frequencies to the brain.
Well, your nerves are connected to your brain, so if you're annoyed or pissed off at something, your nerves are going to be more sensitive, but if you're chill, they're not going to do anything. So if your nerves can send certain pulses through your body, it could probably, this machine could probably tell what you're saying or trying to say. It's not going to be completely accurate, but it's going to represent something of what you're trying to say to someone.
Yeah. So it seems like it will do that to a degree and all that. But yeah, all we can do is see how it goes, and who knows, we might see this next year at CES or something like that, or this F8 show again. And who knows, they may have made a breakthrough by then and have a full-on unit ready for consumers to purchase, but you never know. Anyway, moving on to our next topic. This one's for you, Zakidak.
Okay, so basically this one, HTC have brought out a new bundle for their Vive. Basically, well, what you get with this bundle is a GTX 1070 with your purchase of the Vive, so your computer is eligible to use it. The bundle goes for $1,000, which I still don't get because that is the same price you'd get for the actual headset itself. But yeah, this bundle just gives you the HTC Vive, the controllers, the wires and all that, like normal bundle, and a GTX 1070 for your computer.
Yeah, so I think this, isn't really much news, but, it is, something that they brought out. So I reckon it's, it's an alright sort of bundle thing, which, fuck off. Logged out of Steam, what the hell? Hang on, give me a sec. Alright, okay, what was it? Yeah, so basically they brought out a bundle and, so this is, still pretty pricey bundle, but, it'll help consumers, think about, not think about it, but, help consumers who don't know much about this sort of stuff decide on what VR headset they're going to get, and they will possibly get a lot of sales on this bundle. Anyway, so moving on to our next topic. Samsung Galaxy Book 2-in-1 PC pre-orders kick off today. So what I see here is copying Microsoft. This seems to be a trend that a lot of people have, taken on, because they sell very well. So, they're going to get on the bandwagon and start making these now. So they're not really a 2-in-1. I reckon it's a glorified tablet with a keyboard. What do you reckon, Zaki Duck?
That's all the Surface Pro was.
Yeah. The Surface Pro, I would not buy one over a laptop. I'd probably just prefer to get a laptop, in my opinion, and have a separate Android tablet. Because really it does not do both in one, and until they make a revolutionary breakthrough in it, I would not recommend it, because my personal experiences with a Surface Pro are not too great. So you can't really judge a book by its cover, but hopefully this will be a better sort of version of it. But got here, in February, Samsung officially unveiled its Galaxy Book 2-in-1 PC, the first laptop in the Galaxy line. Now, the company has offered up I can't say that word. Offered up specs for the device and announced that it will be available for purchase starting April 21st, which was yesterday. And obviously that's probably going to be the American date, so that's today for us. So the Galaxy Book will come in two different sizes, a 10.6-inch model and a 12-inch model. So that's not much of a difference, but some people that's a big difference. But really, 2 inches or 1.4 inches isn't really much. The larger system will be available with or without LTE functionality. So basically, you'll be able to put a SIM card in here and get internet anywhere you can get reception. Now, that's one thing I haven't really seen in a Surface Pro. To be completely honest, I haven't really been keeping up to date with the Surface lineup. So I think that is going to be a good selling point, which will make it, a lot more competitive than the other sort of devices in this sort of line. So what's your opinion on this, Zach?
To be fair, this is more your area, so I'm not sure what to think about this.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so basically you're not going to be playing any hardcore games on here, but as you can see here, it's got the 12-inch one has a Super AMOLED display with a resolution of 2160 by 1440, so it's a 1440p display. And yeah, so basically I reckon it would be good for watching movies on, and possibly doing a bit of stuff in Excel and Photoshop. Not so sure, because this is packed with an Intel Core i5 7200U. So this is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, KB Lake. So Intel have been, hyping these as, well, sort of better for mobile devices and all that, rather than their desktop lineup. So yeah, I haven't personally tested it, but I really don't think it's going to work well in Photoshop. So I reckon, Excel, Word, all that, your Google Docs sort of stuff would work very well on this, since it doesn't really need much horsepower, and has two USB 3.1 ports, which are always appreciated, because not everyone wants to buy dongles, and a Type C. Actually, okay, so it's got two USB 3.1, and it seems like, okay, yeah, they are Type C, so I misread that, as well as a micro SD slot. So sorry about that, I misread that. So you are going to have to buy dongles for this thing, unfortunately. So, dongles, as most people know, can cost you hundreds of dollars, because, there's sort of a proprietary thing, almost. Well, started off as one. Yeah, basically, until everyone starts making devices that use USB Type-C, you're going to need to keep buying dongles, unfortunately. So I think that's a kind of evil thing to do, but for the slimmer sort of port, that's a sacrifice you got to make. So basically, saying here, things get a bit complex when it comes to the 12-inch versions. Memory, the LTE model boasts a 4 gig of RAM and 128 gigabyte solid state drive, whereas the Wi-Fi variant can be outfitted with up to 8 gigs of RAM and a 256 gig SSD. So I'm thinking that's to save space, because with the LTE model, obviously you're going to need your LTE chip, and that'll take up a bit of space, and you also need your antenna and all that, and the LTE model would probably also have Wi-Fi, so that would all need to be squeezed into that small form factor. So the 12-inch LTE Galaxy Book will be available from Verizon Wireless starting on April 21st, 22nd for us, so that's today. And obviously that's an American provider, so I'm not sure for us Australians when it will be out. and is priced at $1,300 US. So if you go and do the calculations, that will be, obviously quite a bit more in Australian dollars. So pre-orders on the 12-inch Wi-Fi model, which costs $1,100 roughly, which is quite a bit cheaper than the LTE model, which is around almost $200 more, which is ridiculous. 10-inch Wi-Fi model, which will cost $630, will also open on April 21st, 22nd for us again. Availability on May 21st, a silver version of the hybrid model will be available nationwide, with a black variant offered exclusively at Best Buy locations. So this is all American stuff, so I'm not sure what the details will be for Australia, but we'll talk about that probably next week. Alright, so moving on, I think we'll talk about this topic about this Gamer Girls thing in Hong Kong. It's a good topic for you, Zach. And
You made me sound like a creep.
No.
This is your one.
No, not like that. Yeah, so you read this topic.
Okay, so what I've learned about this while reading it, these four girls that you can see in the picture, if Word would scroll the page up for you guys, these four girls, they made a team called Panda something, Panda Cute, and they basically they got most gamers to think, or get out of the thought of thinking that girls can't play games. A lot of girls can. They play League of Legends as their own team of the four of them. They live in Hong Kong, obviously, and they're just like saying, like, I know it's PG rated, but they're saying like, screw you guys, we can do it too. Yeah.
Alright, yeah, so basically, yep, this is just announcing how in Hong Kong the gaming scene for girls is, getting much bigger, and they're going to have their own girl-only events, which I reckon is a breakthrough, because gaming, obviously has been a sort of male-dominated sort of hobby for years and years and years. And it's great to see some girls get into this. And yeah, so moving on to our next topic, Galaxy S8 processor is powerful enough to run Windows, apparently. So basically they're saying here, don't get too excited about installing Windows 10 on a Galaxy S8 just yet, although you can run a virtualized Windows 10 desktop on your phone using Dex accessories seen in the image above. However, the powerful Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 platform that powers Samsung's phone will also power Windows 10 devices later this year. The chip maker confirms that Windows 10 based devices, Windows 10 devices based on the Snapdragon 835 system on a chip will be available in stores in the fourth quarter. So basically here they're saying that it's powerful enough to run Windows 10. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We've known for years that phones have been more powerful than the Xbox 360, or almost, or I think actually, yeah, they've been more powerful than the Xbox 360, and the original Xbox, of course, and then I've heard the PS3 as well. So obviously, I don't think you'll be running a full version of Windows 10 on here, for obvious reasons. But yeah, this is pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know. It's not really much to say here. Moving on. Computer hacker Adam Mudd attacked gaming websites. So you want to do this topic? Is it?
He's a prick. Drop the mic. I'm joking. I didn't have the link open. So this dude, I'm guessing, yes, Hertfordshire. I'm guessing that's in London somewhere. Made £360,000 from creating computer hacking software, which costs university gaming websites and other business millions of pounds. A court has heard. So he's a prick, basically. Like, this is casino websites and stuff, but still, he's a prick for hacking games that are meant to be played normally. He's done the casinos. I read on a different page. He's done RuneScape, Minecraft. What a fucking lowlife. I know this is PG, but Minecraft and like Minecraft. All games.
Oh my god.
I don't think this guy has a life.
He supports the 12-year-olds that love Minecraft. You prick.
Anyway, so yeah, this guy has made some hacking software, and it looks like he made about 360,000 euros out of it. So yeah, this guy obviously used his knowledge in a really selfish way, and yeah, has gone to court and he's going to pay for it.
I fucking hope so.
All right, so we got our next topic right here. Intel might be starting to take AMD's new processors seriously. So I've been waiting to hear about Intel making a comeback to Ryzen because obviously you've heard that Ryzen has been overtaking Intel's high-end consumer-grade chips when it comes to editing and video rendering and all that. And in some cases, it's matched or had better performance than Intel chips in video games. So considering how PC sales have trended over the last several years, it's hard to fault investors for generally backing Intel's strategy. So outlined last spring in a memo from CEO Brian, I'm not even going to try and say the last name, and discussed in detail at this year's Investor Day to pair its PC-related investments and direct more resources towards data center, automotive, and embedded opportunities. But this year was a little riskier than many assumed, both due to how financially important Intel's PC CPU business remains and because it was I'm not even going to try and say it. Just as AMD was getting ready to launch CPUs that put it on a much better footing in the high-end and mid-range segments than it has been for many years. Now it looks like as if Intel is rethinking its stance a little, even if so will probably lead to some near-term margin pressure. So basically, they're talking about here the investors, wondering what the hell Intel's doing and all that, and obviously they're not making as much money because Ryzen has been selling really well this year. And yeah, so basically they're going to be making a comeback fairly soon, I assume. Because that's what Intel always does. I don't think they've really been smashed this much by AMD before. So, the chips are still much better in my opinion, but AMD have just really caught up to the game and offer much cheaper options which can almost match the performance of an Intel chip. So what have you got to say, Zaki Dak?
Well, I'm glad Intel are coming back with something, because to be fair, my recent experiences with AMD have been shit.
Yep. So I haven't got my hands on a Ryzen chip because I'm almost religiously an Intel fan. But, I may get my hands on a Ryzen chip in future and test it out. But, yeah, we'll have to see about that. No promises. So, I'm going to stick by Intel even if AMD's chips are better, because I've just trusted Intel forever and their quality and all that. They make great chips, and I really would like to see something which is really going to knock the teeth out of AMD. And I really think that is going to happen this year, hopefully before Q3. Anyway, so that was our last topic for the night. Hope you guys all enjoyed the stream. Sorry if it seemed a bit rushed or something. It's just that we didn't have much time to get the topics, and we haven't had much sleep and all that. And that's why there's no face cam, because we're tired as fuck, aren't we?
Yes.
on that grind. Anyway, guys, hope you all have a good night and all that, and we'll see you next week. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.